Is this the one? New ways to gear up, everything changing, and fall of the Lich King. That's a video.
Early upon us as the final phase of the expansion
thank you, Marco.
sees us
Appreciate
delve
that.
into Icecrown Citadel to put the reign of the Lich King to an end once and for all. Welcome all, my name is Willie. Today I'll be running you through all the new big features to expect in the Fall of the Lich King patch, including the new legendary raid, how
New legendary raider. That might be read in a way where like you're gonna get legendaries. I mean, you get Shadowmourne, right?
best to catch up on gear and join the fight against the Lich King, new class changes, dungeons, the Ruby Sanctum, and loads more.
Ruby Sanctum.
With so much to cover, we better make a start. First up has to be the new raid, Icecrown Citadel, one of World of Warcraft's most well-remembered instances, and for good reason. We finally do battle with Arthas many years after his story first began in the Warcraft universe. There are many amazing items that drop here, such as Deathbringer's Will, or maybe this time you just want a chance to get invincible during the current expansion. However, if you did raid Icecrown Citadel on launch back in 2010, this time around there will be a few changes to the pacing of the raid.
Changes? Changes? We don't like changes. Changes are bad. Changes. I can't play the game without changes, guys. No. No.
First up, there will be no time gating in place on the instance. All the bosses will be available from day one. On top of that, you will no longer need to have at least one player who has defeated the Lich King on normal mode before you can access heroic mode. You may also be wondering about the scaling buff that was introduced to the raid a few months after it came out in 2010. These will not be available on the raid's launch, but are planned to be added in a good while afterwards.
But it's not really a change. That's how it was
experience the raid on its intended difficulty and see how well they fare. You can't talk about Icecrown Citadel and not want to mention Shadowmourne either, the iconic legendary that all your warriors, death knights and paladins are dreaming of right now. Well, there is good news here too, because you will have a much easier time getting...
Yo, chat, what are the chances that Willie recorded this character with Shadowmourne on a private server, and he's using private server footage in an official Warcraft video? I'm just saying, like, you know, how does he have a Shadowmourne character, right? So, it's probably Blizzard footage. Now, you think Blizzard is smart enough that they're, like, thinking about this and like, yo, do you need us to give you loot so you can, like, show your character? Okay. I don't think they're that smart though. This is probably P server footage, but you know, it's all good. Blizzard doesn't know, right? They don't know about it.
Hold of one now drop without requiring a player in the raid to have advanced onto the quest, a splintered throne. And
I say this because I've seen exactly that Night Elf DK with a Shadowmourne in his videos before. That's why I'm saying this.
But this saves you a lot of farming and allows you to gradually work towards Shadowmourne at both an easier...
Wait, you kill a raid boss and you get 43 gold. What kind of scam is that? That's like, you get more in Classic.
Work towards Shadowmourne at both an easier and more relaxed pace. On top of that, each end of wing boss, so Deathbringer Sourfang, Professor Putricide, Blood Queen Lanathel, Sindragosa, and the Lich King will now always guaranteed drop one Shadowfrost shard each. Yeah, this is a big change. But so you get 5 Shadowmourne shards every run if you kill every boss, guaranteed. Which means if you're the most unlucky person in the world, but you manage to kill all the bosses every week, you will get your Shadowmourne in 10 weeks. If you're the unluckiest, but you kill every single raid boss. Yeah, it's a really nice change. I'm happy about this, man, because like, we're probably gonna have a shorter ICC than like back in the day. And like, you're gonna have way less time to get Shadowmourne, right? And also it's gonna like not make Shadowmourne super unobtainable unless you have a very nice credit card, alright? Or you're like an officer of a guild, gem of a guild, right? It's more obtainable for the people that don't have an infinite amount of gold in their bank. So that's pretty nice. I'm pretty happy about this. I was not expecting them to do anything about Shadowmourne, and that kind of surprised me, this change. So yeah, gets my seal of approval, man. I'm very happy they did this. But wait, there's more.
Was a
The
great
drop
idea.
rate of Shadow Frost shards on normal mode has been adjusted to match heroic. So even if you do need to drop a boss back down to normal, it's not hurting your chance at a shard. We
Nice.
estimate this ever halves the acquisition time of a Shadowmourne to somewhere in the region of around 8 to 10 weeks. This should mean there's loads more players who get to enjoy using this weapon before the next major content patch. This raid will also bring a new reputation into the game, the Ashen Verdict. Through defeating enemies and bosses within Icecrown Citadel, you will gradually rank up with them. As you do, you will unlock powerful new craftable boot and leg slot items.
Honored.
Also, as you advance the ranks, you will get a ring that steadily upgrades. Its exalted version is just about one of the best rings in the game. The way tier gear is acquired also changes once again. You can either get the base item level 251 version of your tier by being lucky and
Dude, you're like, listen, if you get tier from Vault of Archivon, that's so good. You know, you don't have to buy it with Emblems of Frost. You can basically gain like a week of Emblems of Frost farm just from being lucky. It is so insane. I actually kind of wish that this wasn't a thing. Because I feel like it's too good. And it opens up for massive disappointment. It like kind of reminds me from word bosses in retail. Like you kill a word boss in retail, like when the expansion just came out and you get an item from the word boss, like you're like super geared. Like you have an item that's like raid equivalent and the raid's not even out yet or just came out. And like you just, it's like way too good, you know? That's what this is. You're getting a tier set that requires 95 emblems of Frost to buy, a whole week of playing the game every day, of min-maxing to get all these emblems just from killing a target dummy. Pretty ridiculous if you ask me, man. And I think if you get the version from 25, man, it's like already upgraded, right? So then you don't even need to get the sanctification mark. It's so good.
and seeing some of it drop from the Vault
if you
of
get the item
Archivon,
from this
or for the
boss,
rest of
you're
us
gonna get
buying
your
it for
force
emblems
before
of
anyone
Frost
else.
from your class vendor just inside
Okay, so you need 16, 60, 95, 95, 95.
Icecrown Citadel. To upgrade it to its item level 264 version, you're going to need a Mark of Sanctification. These drop from the end of wing bosses on 10-player heroic or 25-player normal. The final stage of your tier gear, which is item level 277, will need a heroic Mark of Sanctification. These are also from the end of wing bosses, but on 25-player heroic only. All in all, Icecrown Citadel.
So it's gonna make sense to give the heroic Mark of Sanctification to the guy who got the normal mode one, right? So like he can just upgrade to normal and then to heroic. If you give the heroic one to someone that doesn't have a normal mode one, then like he can't use it, right? So they're probably gonna just, oh, you got the normal mode one, we'll give you heroic one too. They come in pairs, right?
Citadel will be a
Optimize
chance for players
that
to
way.
see how this raid was during its own
There's no point having a
expansion,
heroic
and the changes
certification without
made should
having
provide a
the
good
previous
experience on its re-release. And if you're making a return for Icecrown Citadel with hopes of
save
taking
it,
on
I
the
guess.
Lich King, you're going to need to gear up. Fortunately, with Phase 4, there are a whole host of different ways to get your character up to speed. First up is the reintroduction of the Looking for Dungeon tool. This will allow you to queue up for dungeon content remotely and be matched cross-server with 4 other players. This should be a great addition for leveling characters or alts who will now be able to plan dungeons into
I wonder how long the queues are gonna be for DPS, because I remember if you queued as a tank or healer, it's instant. You know, and if you queue as a DPS, 20 minutes waiting. Yeah, man, that's how it is, bro. That's how it is.
their leveling.
Wait, are they gonna have the thing where if you queue as a tank or a healer, like you get like a bonus bag of goodies? Remember they had that? I don't know if they have that in Red.
Journey much more efficiently, and at level cap it will be a good gateway into
Satchel, yeah.
endgame gearing. Furthermore, you can also join Titan Rune dungeons through the LFD as well. Speaking of Titan Rune dungeons, a brand new setting is being planned for the patch, named Defense Protocol Gamma. When this setting is locked in by your party, enemies gain a large amount of extra health and damage, and a Silver Covenant Warden will appear and offer you and your allies a variety of buffs to aid in the dungeon. Shatter Armor has a chance for melee attacks to
Attacks have a chance to shatter the armor of your target, increasing all damage the target takes by 20%.
Apply a debuff to the target that increases all damage taken by 20% for 10 seconds. Rallying Cry of the tournament champion makes it so spells and ranged attacks have a chance to grant your party 20% haste for 10 seconds. Confessor's Wrath makes your direct healing spells increase your spell damage by 20%, stacking up to 5 times. This effect also lasts 5 seconds after your next
Oh, wait,
card.
your direct healing. Wait, so what? You're playing healer, and then by healing, you gain a damage buff.
Full spell cast. And Shield of Thorns makes it so enemies take damage each time you block, dodge, or parry. In addition to these new buffs, Titan Rune Gamma dungeons retain their previous extra mechanics, such as the enemies in Coldara dungeons spawning mirror images, or the healing pools in the Gundrak dungeons.
If you
For reward, you will earn Defiler's Scourge
I feel
Stone.
like if you queue RDF like by yourself and you get like 4 players that are not that geared, like this could be a wipe fest. I don't know. We gotta see, you know, like I think it's always better to just make a group, 5 players with nice gear, and then queue together in the RDF versus completely, you know, solo queuing, right? But isn't there like a buff you get, or are they not doing that? Like when you queue RDF solo, you get like a 15% damage, healing, and health buff. I don't know if they're. Is that gonna be in the game? I don't know if that's in the game. But they added that in the game to like help with like complete pugs, right? It is 5% per player, yeah, but it stacks to 15. As far as I know, that can't go over 15%. I've never seen it be 20%. But yeah, I don't know if that's in the game.
These can be
It's
traded
good if,
in
I
your
hope it's in the
faction
game,
vendor
though.
in Dalaran,
It would be
Trial
good
of
if
the
it's in the game.
Crusader 25-player normal loot, Primordial Sarenites,
Premates
or
have
they
a huge
can be
advantage.
downgraded to Sidereal Essence.
Oh yeah, this is huge, by the way. I think a lot of people don't know this. So you can like buy a Sidereal Essence with a Defiler Scourge Stone. So say you're a Holy Paladin and you don't have your Algolon Trinket from 10-man, you could like spam these and just convert your Defiler Scourge Stones into Sidereal and buy the trinket.
Upgraded to Sidereal
Or buy
Essence.
Mjolnir this way.
As a side note, with the
Or
patch, your
Dark
daily
Matter.
heroic will now grant 2 Emblems of Frost, as expected.
1
And
to
your
1.
first Titan Rune Gamma dungeon of the day will also drop a satchel from the last boss that will have a further 3 Emblems of Frost for all players.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, so wait, listen. So you have a daily that gives you 2 emblems, but your first run, doesn't matter which dungeon it is, gives you a satchel. Is that true? Do you still want to queue specifically for this run? I think you do, right? It's 2 more emblems. Because I was gonna say maybe you don't care about this, and you just queue random dungeon, and maybe you get it, maybe you don't, because you get 3 from anyone, right? I mean, it's still 2 more. Yeah, so basically, like, here's the thing, right? Like, literally today, when the patch is out on NA, you still want to go to this guy. Let's say it's going to be for Oculus. Then you just queue Oculus. Yeah, and then you start spamming randoms. I think that's the smart play. You could just spam randoms and then eventually get Oculus, but it might take you hours.
Frost, as expected, and your first Titan Rune Gamma dungeon of the day will also drop a satchel from the last boss that will have a further 3 Emblems of Frost for all.
Is he not right about this? Does the satchel drop from the daily heroic, which is in this case Oculus? I don't know if it's like from the first run you do, or it's from the daily dungeon. Yeah.
Players. And don't forget about the 3 new Icecrown Citadel dungeons either, those being the Forge of Souls, the Pit of Sauron, and the Halls of Reflection. These 3 dungeons give you some more story on the Lich King, as well as providing catch-up gear for players. These 3 dungeons will not be available on the Titan Rune Gamma difficulty, so that players can experience them in their original form. However, they will still give rewards as if they were. You will also have a rare chance to see a battered hilt when taking on.
Wait, what? Wait, so you do these dungeons and they're on the same difficulty as before, but they give the rewards as if they're Gamma dungeons. Damn. That's pretty big. Yeah, how much is this gonna cost, guys, the better health? I remember finding this in Cataclysm, and then selling it for like thousands of gold in Cata, bro. Yeah, this gives you a 251 weapon. Like, this is basically the best BOE in the game, other than, like, I guess Lich King BOEs, but You can see it right here, right? Yeah, it gives you one of these items. So like say you just hit level, 80. You can buy the Battered Hilt. You gotta do some quest chain, I believe. Don't you have to go to Sunwell to get this, guy? So am I not remembering correctly? Like, I don't remember the quest, bro. But it's not bad, dude. 251, right? And you gotta do some weird ass shit. It's a scenario like Sunwell, right? 251 is bad. Yeah, but I gotta keep in mind, you're like a fresh character, right? So up to this point, the best weapons you can get are 200. So like your alternative weapons, if you just hit level 60, level 80, are like something like this. Right? Like Titan Steel. Weapons. Yeah, these are terrible. Terrible, right? They're 200 eye level. And now you're gonna be able to get a 251. That's a lot better. Plus, it's, a weapon, so it's gonna matter. It has a lot of DPS on a weapon, right? So these are pretty good. Again, for fresh characters who want to just catch up, right? Maybe you have been really unlucky and you have a shitty weapon. You can get this, right? So, let me just see here. Pit of Sauron. 232 eye level gear. That's pretty good. I heard that this trinket is not bad. The never melting ice crystal, because you pop it on pull as an athlete and shadow priest, and then you put your corruption and the shadow word pain with the 920 crit strike rating bonus, and then you just keep that dot rolling the entire fight, and then you keep that like 920 crit on it, which is pretty nice. So I think the trinket's also good to get. That was pretty cool. I didn't know that these dungeons would like reward gamma rewards while also giving the OG rewards. It's pretty good. And I think there's like a quest chain for these dungeons that gives you like 6 emblems of frost, right?
On these dungeons on heroic difficulty,
First time you do
this
it.
tradable item starts a quest chain, as well as eventually awarding an item level 251 weapon. There will of course be other additions to raiding worth mentioning too. The Vault of Archivon will be getting a new boss. This time it will be Toravon the Ice Watcher. He will drop Relentless Gladiator PvP gear, as well as the tier 10 gloves and legs. But there's also one more raid to consider. Let's not forget about the Ruby Sanctum. This is a short one boss raid that's planned to release sometime after Icecrown Citadel has been out. Ruby Sanctum will not be treated as its own phase, and is more of an extra source of gear to help you finish your Icecrown Citadel progression. There have also been several general gameplay updates made with this patch. Your mounts, companion pets, and heirlooms tabs have all been updated and consolidated under the new collections tab. This new tab is a single place where nearly everything you have.
Oh my god, bro! I didn't know the pets are as well. Am I gonna start collecting pets? Cause I'm a nerd in retail. I have 900 pets. Like, but you can't do pet battles. I love pet battles, dude. They're fucking awesome. I think they come out in MOP though, right? Bro, I can't wait. Dude, that's gonna be my content in MOP. I'm not even trolling. I'm gonna just do pet battles on stream. I love it. I love it. Yeah. I think it's a MOP though that the pet battles come out. But I'm gonna start farming pets then. Whenever I'm bored, boys, we're gonna do some pet farming content. We gotta figure out how to get these pets.
Have earned on your characters can
100%.
be found. And yes, characters, as alongside the new collections tab is the news that nearly everything kept here will be account bound. So this now gives you more reason to chase certain mount drops on all.
Wait, you can just create heirlooms now and not have to send them. My god, bro. Dude, you know how many heirlooms I have lost? I have lost heirlooms because I have so many characters. And they got stuck on the mailbox and they got deleted from the game. I had to buy them again. Oh, I wish I had this before, bro. Fuck. Oh, this is so nice.
Cleans up your bank space currently being occupied by companion pets, and you'll no longer lose track of your heirlooms across your various characters and alts. There have also been a few class updates made too. Hunters have received a new ability, Explosive Trap Launcher. This allows you to fire off your explosive trap from range without having to worry about running in to drop a trap as you currently do. This ability will not be available in PvP, but should smooth out hunter gameplay in PvE encounters.
Yeah, this is huge, man.
By a large margin. For druids, priests, and shamans, wild growth, circle of healing, ancestral healing, and divine hymns.
Circle of healing, circle of healing.
Spells have all been adjusted to favor players over guardians and pets. This should definitely help out in some of the more healing intensive encounters in Icecrown Citadel.
Yo, I heard that Resto Druid is really good in ICC. I know that's true though, but like that's what I heard. They actually pump on some fights, like on Cinder Goes and shit.
Warlocks have
I
seen
am
one
down, bro, to fucking go Resto Druid instead of fucking Boomy. If I'm not liking Boomy, bro, I'll make it Resto Druid, just like I did in Sunwell.
or two changes too.
I haven't played it in
Demonic
Rat. I
Pacts
haven't played
will now
Resto Druid in
update
Rat.
more frequently. This should smooth out gameplay and remove scenarios where you would otherwise not send your pet in to attack. Also, the Warlock's Summon Infernal ability will reset upon encounter
Wait.
end.
Chat, can I heal as Resto Druid? Can I heal with DPS gear? Because I have a Boomy and I could make a second spec on it. Probably already have a. Do I have dual spec? I do. Is this spec good, guys? Yes or no? Is this a good spec? Yeah, I gotta fix this. So like, cause there's like a boss in Rat where you are expected to heal if you can heal. Like you know how people like drop healers for certain bosses? You actually go up on healers, and that's what's the name of it? The green dragon. Valitria. Yeah, this one. So like on this boss, I'm probably gonna need to heal it, right? If I'm playing Boomy. That's what I'm saying. So I gotta sort this spec. Same with my Shadow Priest. We need to do this today, by the way. Today I need to do this. I need to sort this spec and then sort it on my Shadow Priest. You can heal with like DPS gear, right? On that boss. I don't think I need to get like healing gear for it.
Similar to other long duration DPS cooldowns.
Yeah, Infernal
the final
resetting.
thing to mention is of course the new PvP season for
No one cares. Alright, no one cares about PvP. Alright, that's it. This is a good video though. Good video. Alright. You know, I might actually go for Gladiator this season. No cap. Yeah, I haven't done a single arena, Rat, not a single arena. But yo, maybe guys, maybe this season, you know, we can yeah, for sure, right, for sure.